Welcome to another mukbang. Today we're doing Panda Express. Thank you. I went to Panda Express like an hour ago. And I have my sisters here, Paulina, Kelly, Samaria. You can guess which one is which. I'll let you guys know the menu. In there we have a chicken. Oh,
is it pecan? Is it orange?
No, this is tofu.
Those boxes have shrunk tremendously.
It's a little small, but it's enough.
The small part was not that tiny because I've eaten the small before.
Well, we're trying to stay slim. Panda's trying to keep America slim. Let's make America slim again.
Oh, really? Ever?
Don't use Trump's little thing. There's the eggplant tofu. So got that. We got the walnut shrimp.
Delicious.
And then we also got Beijing beef. We got chow mein and orange chicken.
Chow mein.
And
We got fried rice.
we have honey sesame chicken, green beans, and
That's
then
my
fried
favorite.
rice.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had that.
It's like kind of new.
What's the conversation of the night? What's the topic? Do you have any questions again?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Should I get questions? I should get some questions. You should get some questions.
Okay, I can question.
I was thinking about what your favorite TV show as a child was.
Ooh, that's a good one.
As a starter.
Mine's is definitely Rocket Power. Rocket Power. As a child, like really young. What was I watching when I was 4? Oh,
What was I watching when I was 2?
I really enjoyed Winnie the Pooh. When I was 4, because I remember Mom bought me this Winnie the Pooh t-shirt. And I wore it a lot.
I remember watching Teletubbies a lot too.
Teletubbies?
That was a good show.
Yeah, we used to watch it a lot.
Yes, in my younger days.
I need you to speak up, Kelly. I try to let it go at first.
In your younger days.
It's just the camera.
Teletubbies.
Thank you.
It's the volume for me. It's the volume for me.
It's the lack of self-confidence for me.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
It's the being in this video for me.
It's the having to wake up this morning for me.
Oh.
I think my favorite...
Have you passed that?
I like the show...
The shrimp?
No, the chow mein.
I like the show The Bear in the Big Blue House.
Do you remember watching that?
I do.
Okay.
I remember the bear being big. I remember appreciating that for some reason.
Okay.
I said, he's a big guy. If he's my friend like he says he is, he's got my back.
And he won't squish me.
And I always thought he could fight off Big Bird because I hated Big Bird.
You hated Big Bird?
I hated Big Bird.
Big Bird was annoying.
Big Bird was ridiculously creepy. Some reason they thought kids would be appreciate an 11-foot yellow bird running around. I was deathly afraid of him.
Yeah. He was big.
I thought it was crazy how compared to kids and adults, he was ridiculously huge.
He was big.
He was a big dude.
And he was just running around with all these little kids. I'm like, absolutely not.
Do y'all
I saw
remember?
him.
Do y'all remember Clifford?
Yes.
And the big red dog.
Yes,
enjoyed
and then when
Clifford.
they reinvented it and made the
He was skinny,
animation
right?
look different, yeah, he was skinny. He was a little bit smaller too.
Everyone's skinnier.
Yeah,
He wasn't as massive anymore, and I was like,
Mighty.
no, let him be as big as the city, because that's what it was originally.
Yeah, Clifford was always that big. Like, he had to sleep in a warehouse because he was so big.
Which is kind of hecka sad.
But they moved it to now that he's just like a big, like, Great Dane. I'm like, no.
They changed his breed?
No, he looked the same as in like his features, but he just was significantly smaller.
Ooh. I have one. Another good show I liked a lot was Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
Yeah, it was good.
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
That show, a lot of people don't know about that show. I've asked friends about it, they're like, Maggie? I'm like, you don't know about Maggie?
What channel was that on?
That was it was one of the series when it was like a bunch of shows that was just played back to back to back, like Ruby and Max, and Caillou.
Is that Nick Jr.? Or
Maybe
PBS Kids?
yeah, or one of the two. But it was the same shows back to back to back, and so if you sat there for like a good 3 hours, you watched the
Which we
same
did.
shows. We did
A good 6 hours.
You just sat there. It's amazing how much TV we consume, yet we're still educationally like.
actually sound.
That's because
some TV shows teach you stuff. Like I learned some stuff from those shows.
They do. I'm trying to learn some words.
Can we talk about one of the best shows, the best children's shows to hit the
The
earth?
Backyardigans.
Okay, we'll talk about
That's
that.
a good one too.
I was gonna say Oswald.
Or Arnold. DW was a savage. And
Wait, who? DW?
Arnold was good. I wasn't like a huge fan.
Backyardigans was fire though.
All I was gonna say for mine was All Grown Up. All grown up with you.
Oh, the Rugrats.
The Rugrats
Rugrats and all.
That wasn't enough seasons.
They only had one, I think.
I need some more time to get to like them.
Yeah.
And I was getting there, but then they ended it, and I was like, man, I wasn't there yet.
I loved All Grown Up. What was the other shows? Saturdays with those kids.
Oh, The Weekenders. Wait.
That was a good show too. That
It's
one
not
was good
that-
as well. But I'm not talking about the Weekenders. It's
What
like
are you
it's called
talking about?
Saturday. It was with this guy. But the main kid was he always wore a green bomber and this red backwards cap.
Oh,
School days, school. They were recess. Recess. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, recess. Recess. We watched it a lot.
yeah.
I think it was one of your favorites. So we watched it for you.
Or another show I hated this show was Doug.
I don't remember watching it. I just remember people referencing it. Like Pepper Ann.
Wasn't it
Those
boring?
shows people referenced, but I just don't remember actually watching episodes.
I like Doug. I don't hate it.
Oh, Hey Arnold, you said that, didn't you?
No, you said the regular Arnold or the animals.
Yeah, just with the bear,
What?
his best friend Buster.
It's called Arnold.
Yeah, it was called
No, it wasn't.
maybe it wasn't called Arnold. Totally know what I'm talking about though.
I like the.
I watched a lot of
Sister
Boomerang.
DW.
What was the show about?
Oh, Hey Arthur.
Arthur.
Not Hey Arthur.
I was like, I know it would not be called Arnold.
Were they bears or monkeys?
They were different animals: bears, rabbits.
DW was a monkey, right?
Their family was a bear, I think.
Oh, her mouth seemed like was giving me very much so.
No,
maybe-
that was the friend. So, what was her name? Francine. Francine was the one that looked like a monkey.
Yeah.
No, she was giving me donkey vibes.
Okay.
Cause her little mouth. How it
Yeah,
sticks
give
out.
me really donkey vibes.
No, but in that show, there was characters on the show that were such savages.
And Arthur.
Yes.
Or the kids were mean. DW was mean too.
Those memes,
What?
yeah. I saw this meme. They went to a restaurant, and DW is pretending that she's Arthur. So the waitress comes up, and she's like, "Hey, would you like me to give you a baby sit? Like what those baby seats?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, that's such a lovely question to ask. If I was a baby," and she like starts. I was dying laughing.
She's doing a lot.
She was doing the most. She sounded like she's about to be so appreciative. And then she just blows up on her. And I was just like, this little girl. But yeah, that show was funny to me.
I like good shows. I also like I feel like I'm just naming every show ever that I remember. But the show about otters on Disney Channel, was it PB&J or something?
I don't remember that.
Kelly.
What about otters?
It was a show about otters on Disney Channel. One was purple.
Yes, because I remember
Was this
playing the
animated
game
or was
on
this
Disney
real
Channel.
life?
It was animated. It was about otters.
That was like PB&J or something.
It was.
What was the plot?
Or what about
Were
the
they
robot
friends?
show on Disney?
Teenage
Robot Family?
What was?
Oh, the Roly Polioli.
Yeah. Oh, that
That
show was
show
fun.
was it.
Roly Polioli was actually lit.
We watched every episode twice.
Yeah.
Roly Polioli was it was just a great. I don't
It
even know
was,
why
it
it
was
was.
a great
So, I think it
show.
was so clever because the way they just made the world,
Yeah.
where like some of the floors bounced.
Very
different
much.
types
It was
of
just so
home.
cool watching Roly Polioli.
Yes, they did such a good job with that one.
That was my guy.
That could still be on to this day, and I'd be so for
If
it.
that was on
Season
Netflix.
42. If it was still on.
Right, but
I just
instead
remember
Sesame
being very
Street
yellow.
survived.
Yes, I remember them being
It
very
was
young.
yellow.
Everything was very yellow.
Yes, very well was.
Roly Poly.
That was pretty much all the hits.
Yeah, of the early 2000s.
Why is this not spicy? Like it's
I
so
thought it
red.
was Danny Phantom, but I think that's a
It's
little
supposed
too
to be.
late.
Yeah, Danny Phantom's a little late.
That's like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dragon Tales.
Oh, what do you guys remember Brandy Mr. Whiskers?
Yes. How about, what did you guys think about Little Bear? We watched that?
Little Bear? The
A
movie?
little, I remember seeing it. It just like,
What about the turtle?
oh, Franklin.
Franklin. Hey,
Hey,
Franklin.
I love Franklin.
Franklin. Yeah, that kid was crazy.
That was such a relaxing show.
It was so relaxing.
I feel like Little Bear was right there too, though. It was one of those shows that were really
I
relaxing.
don't know what it is about bunnies that people keep wanting you to have a best friend who's a bunny. Because they did that.
Oh, I gotta say something that's controversial. And it's not controversial for a lot of people, but for a certain community, this will be triggering. Little Bill was trash. I have to say it. The show Little
Trash is a very strong word. What is it about the
I hated, first of all, I hated the animation in Little Bill. It was like gross to watch.
Wasn't it Evan Blue? Everything was not blue. He was a black boy. You could tell he was black.
He was just a little black kid who did a bunch of stuff, and I just hated the show.
I understood his ethnicity, but like the show was, his room was blue, the living room was blue.
I feel like mom made me watch it because I was black, a little boy too.
She went to you to
It was
see representation.
Representation of some sort. I was like, I don't need this representation.
Wait, you actively remember mom forcing you?
She didn't force me, but she would put it on as if I ever wanted to see Little Bill.
This little. I feel like
I was like, I don't want to see this kid. Like,
we did watch Little Bill a lot.
yeah, and I'm like, this show's
It
not
had like
good
a
to me.
jazzy intro.
Yeah,
It did.
Yeah, I hated the theme song too. I was like, this theme song's boring. I was like, I don't get what the appeal of this show
It was
is.
smooth jazz.
I like Little Bill.
I'm happy that Black culture got a kid show.
What did Little Bill do?
I just wish I didn't have to watch it.
I remember
He
his
did his
teacher
homework?
being named. Was it Miranda? And we had a family church friend who was also named that, so it was interesting to me.
Maybe
Those
I'm
shows
wrong.
where you just remember the pink girl, Lazy Town.
Oh,
Wasn't it kinda
I was obsessed. Remember, I would sing the songs in the car.
Lazy Town.
I was obsessed with Lazy Town.
Yeah, we watched the Doodle Bops too.
Yes.
I still feel like though that was kind of later in life. Like I remember being relatively old.
There's a lot of these shows. I'm thinking that we were older and we just went back to watch them as kids.
Well, you probably just watch it because I was watching it.
Maybe.
Yeah, Lazy Town was.
Because I don't really don't remember actually enjoying Recess, but I just remember watching it.
Recess was a lot like Ned's Classified, where I just played a lot, but I don't remember actually liking it. I just sat there and watched it.
Same with the Numbers.
Numbers?
Oh,
This-
Kids Next Door.
Mm-hmm.
Not whatever.
Oh, Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah, Codename.
Yeah, like I thought the show was clever, but
It was, yeah.
I just didn't. I don't remember really actually loving it. Like, yes, it's on. I just remember just sitting there, just numb to it. Like, I'm just gonna watch it.
I felt that way about Jimmy Neutron too.
Really?
I didn't
Yeah.
really like it that much, but I
I
was
like
like,
Jimmy Neutron.
I like Fairy Odd Parents.
I did.
That show was funny.
That's all I call it.
When there weren't reruns, I really enjoyed Fairy Odd Parents.
And I look
episodes,
forward
though.
to the Fairly Odd Parents movies that will come out on Nickelodeon. Like I genuinely look forward to it.
How about your favorite show as an adult? Like now.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel from Amazon Prime by Amy Sherman Palladino, the creator of Gilmore Girls.
She went off.
But she was
It
sponsored.
has,
shows.
it has so much witty, clever dialogue.
It
Amy
does.
Sherman Palladino, she has likes very quick responses.
We love a quick witty one.
So all the actors, they have to practice saying their lines over and over again so that they can get it right. And I remember one of the guys, the guy who plays her husband, before he leaves her, he grew up doing theater. So he said it was nice to get back to my theater roots and having to do such like strict articulation practices and like diction tricks and tips.
Cool. I just watch a lot of random.
Say Wayne.
Wayne, yeah.
But you really liked it?
I
You
did.
had to stop watching
I had to not look at a good percentage of the show because it was too vulgar for me. But
Like with the language.
no, the language wasn't an issue. It was just the blood and it was mostly the violence. The violence I just can't
I
watch.
love how they found a way to make him get beat up any chance they could.
Did you say the show?
Wayne.
Oh, okay. Did you ever say it?
Wayne is
Also on Amazon Prime.
okay. I was gonna say I can remember where it was at, but yeah, Wayne is really good when you just really want to follow a few characters and see where they go. It's very similar to the show End of the World, End of the Effing World.
I've heard that, but I've actually.
It's a very similar storyline. These two young kids decide to leave school and go on their own and experience things, and it causes for you to just kind of really attach yourself to like those characters. And so when they go through stuff, even if it's for the better, like, oh, the parents found you. You hope they don't get found. You're like, no, we gotta make it to our destination. And so Wayne is really like, so if you like Wayne, and Wayne's not coming out for a second season, so if you're sad about it, go watch End of the Effing World, because I think they have 2 seasons.
Okay.
And it gives you something.
That was a movie all this time.
It might be. Let me make sure I'm quoting the right title. I'm pretty
Sarah,
sure.
right?
Sarah who?
I can't really think
He's
of
the
mine.
star of it?
Michael Cera?
Michael Cera.
No, I was right. No, so the people who
I don't know.
are
I watched
starring in
some
that are
movies.
Jessica Barden and Alex Lothar. So yeah, the End of the Effing World is on Netflix, not Amazon Prime.
What do you think mine is? I feel like you would
A lot of movies.
Oh, Vanity.
Vanity Fair?
No.
Oh,
What about the Crown?
It was a great
alright.
show. No.
We watched it in one night though. You can't
You don't
really
like
watch
The Crown?
something.
I stopped watching The Crown after season 2 because they changed the characters, so now it's like a whole new cast. I didn't like that.
Grey's Anatomy?
no, it's gonna be Pretty Little Liars.
That's more no.
As an adult?
Look,
You were so into that
What
show.
about Friends?
now I like Pretty Little Liars. I took it as playing Clue. I was out here trying to figure
It was
out
a game.
who was the killer, who's A.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't a great show. That's like saying Riverdale's my favorite. Like I watched it, but it's not that good. So I like Mrs. Maisel too. I do like Gilmore Girls. I really appreciate that show.
That was a good show.
Yes.
I was obsessed with How Get Away with Murder though too.
Oh, that was so good.
I watched the heck out of that show.
You watched the heck
and
out
I
of
was
that.
super late. I was like 3 years
so
late.
Good.
But I spent like 1 month and watched all like 6 seasons, and I'm pretty much Annalise Keaton's best friend. I'm her lost child.
Wow.
She
You
thought she lost.
helped her.
She thought she lost me in a car accident.
No.
Turns out.
Don't do a miscarriage joke.
Well, it was like okay.
On that note, I think probably one of the best. Well, this is more like a miniseries, not really a show, but to me, The Queen's Gambit was.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
It's been a minute since I've been
Excellent.
that invoked in a
It's
storyline.
good.
Yeah.
Like, it's a universal. It's just good.
Just good writing right there.
Just, yeah, good write. Good storyline. It's engaging. It has a good pace.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the main character is clever.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you can go wrong. The main character is clever.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard, and I love story. I'm realizing I like storylines around games.
Yeah.
Because I haven't felt that way about shows since that anime Kakaguru, about those high school players who play like different card games.
Poker?
Whether it's poker or
Oh yeah, they do play. It's different card
It's
games. So
very
I still honestly have all of the ones that you saw. That one's the one that lasted.
The only
me.
one.
Like that show was just too much for me.
I think it's just because
I have a very
For
low
high-
ability to watch shows that are inappropriate.
But Queen's Gambit gets rid of all the inappropriateness and just
It
focuses
was
on the
amazing.
game.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
they did a
amazing.
good job.
They did.
They kept it cleanish.
Yeah, it was completely clean.
The show was definitely above average. It was a really good show.
And I want to go through and watch it again just because I love
Oh, I'll watch it again.
But that one,
Okay.
Netflix did. Was that Netflix? Yeah.
I'm thinking of rewatching The Marvelous Mrs Maisel.
I think so.
I probably will.
Yeah, there is.
Because I started watching it around this time last year. I will probably be rewatching that.
All right. Well, that's the end of our mukbang. You can still eat that.
I hope it looks back because all the food's on my side.
And you're just like,
We know you didn't eat it all by yourself.
Oh my goodness,
It's like, as
yeah.
Queen finishes all the food, that will
Someone
be
hand me that
the
fortune
end of the
cookie.
mukbang. Thank you guys for watching.
thank you.
Let us know what you want to eat next. Well, let us know what you want us to eat next. Because look, we're the Sylvesters and we'll eat it.
I'm like, what? Where are
I was like, I agree.